speed and agility with power than King Kong Brody. And that combination might be enough to make you the next world heavyweight champion.
I've waited one long stinking year to get my chance at Harley Race. I've proved myself in this ring time and time again. Right here in St. Louis, I've said it before, I've beat every active former world champion. I beat Jack Briscoe, I beat Terry Funk, I beat Pat O'Connor, and I beat Dory Funk. It's about damn time that King Kong Brody collected some dues from your world champion Harley Race.
Now you know that Harley Race is a man who has said, publicly stated and proven, the only way he's going to give up that gold belt is if he is crippled inside the ring. You know that he will do anything to keep that title.
Harley Race has had an easy street. Let me tell you, he's been in the ring with Dick the Bruiser, who I personally almost crippled myself. He's been in the ring with Teddy DiBiase, who I ran his head face first into this wall over here. He's been in there with Nature Boy Ric Flair, who's just a little too pretty to be going out here and winning any titles at all. Well, finally, he's going to get in the ring with somebody who, if he wants to get crippled, he can get crippled. If he wants to come out there and take a beating like he should, then he can come out and get beat fair and square, or he can get beat up fair and square, too.
Now, you know, I'm imagining you're aware of the interview that Harley Race did with us last weekend here in Wrestling at the Chase, where he said, sure, you're big and strong, but he says he doesn't think you're quick enough mentally to beat him for the title.
I don't claim to be the smartest man that ever stepped in this ring, but I'm smart enough to know that when I get in the ring with Race or any other man in professional wrestling, I'll stick one of these you-know-where and one of these where you-know-where whenever they want to get in here. Harley Race has made the claim that he does better than anybody else in the world at what he does, professional wrestling. He's done it best with everybody else. But Race, your best is not good enough with the King. You just be there and I'll show you what the best is.
Of course, you know, too, that his favorite hold is the suplex. You say that nobody can body slam you. Does that mean that Race's suplex is useless against King Kong Brody?
I'll admit Harley Race is probably the best world champion that's ever wore the NWA belt. But you'll have to admit, just like everybody else out there will admit, he's never been in a ring with a man who's had as much ability, as much size, as much strength, and who can mix it up more than yours truly.
King Kong Brody, he's obviously confident.
Got the man hurt and he's staying right on him every chance. Not giving him time to breathe, not giving him time to move, staying right on him.
And of course he knew he had a 20 count outside the ring. He had time to do some damage.
That's right, he came out, did a little more of it. See what I mean? He got back in before the 20 count.
Of course that meant the referee had to restart the count on DiBiase, but there's Brody again. Ooh, hard kick. Right in the head. McGuire bawling out, Brody, just ignoring him. I guess Brody would be most at home if there were no rules, wouldn't he?
That's right. Knock down, drag out of fair, and turn him loose.
And here he comes again, outside the ring. King Kong Brody stalking Ted DiBiase.
Have elapsed, 10 minutes left.
King Kong Brody slammed DiBiase into the steel ring post, then yelled at Rocky Johnson, yelled in triumph, I guess, because I think as far as Brody's concerned, he has DiBiase about ready for the cleaners, Rocky.
That's right, he got the kid down, the kid's hurt, there's no doubt about it.
He took a hard jolt in that ring post, catching it in the shoulder. Good way to get a shoulder separation. DiBiase struggling to the apron. Brody on top of him again.
Not giving him a chance to rest, not giving him a chance to move. He's staying on him all the time, just like a lion for the kill.
Like a human dynamo.
That's right.
Brody seems to have endless stamina, and DiBiase has to turn it around. He has to get it going here, Rock. If he takes much more.
Right, he's going to have to do something to do it fast.
McGuire trying to keep Brody back. DiBiase slams that shoulder into Brody's stomach. Brody tries to get some wind. Look at DiBiase. Goes up over the ropes. Grabs Brody's head. Goes behind him. Pulls him back into the cradle. This could be it. Count of two. Brody too strong. Too strong, Rocky. Looks like shades of the sunset flip there for a second. Now DiBiase pounds on the head of Brody. Brody hurled to the ropes. Drop kick. Shades of your drop kick again. Flying elbow drop. DiBiase goes for the pin. 2. Can't keep him down. DiBiase showing us something here, Rocky.
That's right. The kid sure is. You know, he's trying and he's trying hard, and he's got one thing in mind: to win.
Going for the figure 4 leg lock, but Brody grabbed DiBiase's hair and pulled him away. Brody, a bit gimpy right now. Of course, Ted goes to the spinning toe hold in before he goes to that figure 4. Again, Brody pulled the hair. Brody crawling for the ropes, and DiBiase is after that knee, after that leg. Spinning toe hold. Goes for the figure 4. Brody kicks DiBiase clear over the top rope into the concrete floor. Was not a deliberate move, so no disqualification. Look at Brody. He's getting a little wilder now. He's out after DiBiase, who took a tremendous fall over the top rope. It's turning into a Donnybrook, Rocky.
That's exactly what it is there.
Brody slams DiBiase. No, DiBiase caught himself. DiBiase caught himself and didn't take the ring post. Now Brody slammed into the table. DiBiase and Brody outside the ring, and DiBiase clobbers Brody with a chair. DiBiase out of control, battling with Brody. Brody gone berserk, picks up a chair. Brody slamming chairs at DiBiase. Here comes Eddie Smith to try and separate the two men. Brody slamming chairs everywhere. King Kong Brody, look at DiBiase. They try to hold him back from Brody. The referees and ourselves in between. The referee going to declare the match. What is it, Jim?
I lost control. Throw it out.
The referee going to disqualify both men.
But the biggest moment.
Yeah, you get up here, just grab him, hold him.
Let him keep going by, reach out.
He might lose his line. Oh, he's gonna read the whole line, even if you're there. Just
Oh,
run
yeah,
him.
just-
He keep reading.
okay.
I'll cue you when he gets right up there. Just as he comes up to you, I'll let you know.
Okay. We're rolling. Stand by. First one's for King Kong.
Hey, I'm King Kong Brody. Nobody can beat me. I know the decent boys over at the New Deal, and the prices can't be beat. How do I know? Because I traveled all over the world wrestling and shopping. Hey, if you don't get the best deal, call me.
Introducing from San
Oh, Volkov, very agile for somebody who weighs 320 pounds. He's agile for somebody who weighs 230. He got out of the way, and Brody again getting into trouble with Volkov. And I think a lot of the people here in the Checkerdome Sports Theater right now are a little bit surprised. Hey, Volkov's knocking Brody around pretty good.
He's not backing away, I'll tell you that.
He's going right into taking the battle to Brody. Volkov all over Brody. And all those people who are so tied into what King Kong Brody does, so much enthusiastic and emotional about King Kong Brody, I think they're feeling now that their man has met somebody who can go with him blow for blow. Brody fighting back against Volkov. Chop to the throat by Brody. Volkov just won't back up. Like two tanks coming head on into one another. Volkov pitches Brody out of the ring. A kick to the head. Brody crawls onto the apron. Another kick from Nikolai Volkov to King Kong Brody. Brody grabs the leg of Volkov. Volkov and Brody out on the floor. Volkov. Brody grabs him. Oh, look out. Volkov and Brody on the spectators. Volkov tried to run Brody. That was Brody trying to run Volkov. Oh, Brody has a chair. He's going after Volkov. He misses with that chair. The referee's still counting. Brody and Volkov toe-to-toe, head-to-head. Volkov going after the chair. Brody grabs Volkov. The referee calling for the bell. Sure, both men are counted off. We still have a Donnybrook going here. Brody grabs the chair. Brody going after Volkov and misses. Volkov and Brody Jarvis restoring order, getting that chair which is already bent. We have them separated now. I'm sure the official verdict is both big count out. Let's hear it from Mickey Garagiola.
Both wrestlers in 4 minutes and 53 seconds, both wrestlers have been disqualified.
I want to make my point real clear. It's always been the same. King Kong Brody is for one thing and one thing only, and that's himself. I don't need no help from Ken Pantera. I don't need help from Dickie Murdoch. I don't need help from nobody. And if Sam Muchnick wants to keep forcing me into a tag match, I'm going to warn him too that sooner or later something's going to happen that you ain't going to have no control over, Muchnick. And in the end, a lot of your top wrestlers are going to pay for it. I'm telling you and everybody else out there, I like being alone. I don't need friends, and I don't need nobody out there telling me what to do. And the next time I end up in a tag match and anybody lays one single hand on me, they're going to pay for it. That goes for Pantera, Murdoch, or anybody else. I want to be left alone, and I don't want no one else to get close to me at no time.
I know just a few weeks ago now you had complained that you thought some promoters in wrestling were trying to protect certain wrestlers from you, that they were afraid they might be hurt, and you complained quite violently and quite loudly that there was a protection racket going on really for people like the Von Erichs, for Bruiser, for Race, for Flair.
Let me tell you something. Since I've been coming to St. Louis, I've wrestled every man they brought in here and beat every man. I've wrestled the Funks. I've wrestled the Briscoes. I've wrestled Race. I even beat the Giant at his own game. I beat him right in the middle of the ring in a battle royal. I've beat every man they put me in the ring with. And you know, and the people know, and I know, that there's not one man that comes to St. Louis to wrestle at this time, or not one man in the whole country that is big enough, that's got big enough pants, that he can come out here and put me on my back. And that includes your world champion. Not my world champion, your world champion.
Of course, the only time you have been pinned in St. Louis was by Harley Race.
Cut out the nonsense. Let's get it straight right now. When I wrestled Harley Race, the referee caused me to get beat, and everybody in the building saw it, and everybody knows it. I am rightfully the owner of that belt. You call him the world champion, and they can call him the world champion. I'm calling him a whipping board for King Kong Brody, because I'm going to whip his butt just like I've whipped everybody else I've set foot in this ring with.
And I guess that challenge that you made some time back that you'll take on any two opponents at one time still goes.
Nobody's ever come out here and wrestling at the Chase and beat two men as easy as I've beat them. I've been wrestling two men my whole life, and it doesn't matter. You don't see me crying. You don't see me down on my knees begging about it. I go in there and take care of business, and business for me and me only, and that's the way I want it to stay.
King Kong